Hey guys, it's Down with the Peasants here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This will be my first audio recording, so don't make fun of me too much. So, I wanted to give you an overview of Monolith. I've been playing this game since about April, late alpha. This game has gone through some massive changes. Some good, some bad. Now, do I think it's going in the right direction? I don't know. I definitely think this game still needs a lot of balancing issues and reworking. This map is definitely different. I can tell you that much. So pretty much my main is Sevarog, as you can see from this video. I've been pretty much playing him since he came out. Love him to death. Why do I love him? Who doesn't like a guy that can transform and smash people? So with patch 35, he was kind of struggling a little bit with the ranged characters. He was really having difficulty closing in and finishing kills. So I'm really excited about this expansion with him. So what I've noticed from this game so far with the Monolith update is Sevarog has a very long dash now. Since the map is a lot smaller, he will close in very quickly and he will scare the pants off your enemy. I did it 8 out of 11 of my kills in this match. I mean, it was ridiculous. He would literally cover like a quarter of the lane. So my build for Sevarog in this match was I gave him a ton of attack speed. You'll see early on in the game I had a really tough time juggling. I could not keep my health up to save my life. So pretty much I kind of realized halfway through is I had a lifesteal, which ended up working to my advantage midway through the game. I was able to 1v1 every character I played just because I would outlast them. And then when they would try to escape, I would just dash them and stun them, and they'd be locked, and that'd be a kill. So Sevarog is a very helpful character in this new update, simply because he's a great teamwork character. Why? So while he's jungling and someone's engaging 1v1, you could come up behind him, you could stun him, you could knock him back, and then when they're trying to run away, you could dash them from ridiculously far away, like I said earlier. Um, so my build for him this game, like I was saying, was attack speed, life steal, physical 10, physical damage for my first 4 cards, and then I did physical armor and ability armor. I am having a hard time figuring out this ability armor versus normal armor. Why do I have to put 2 different armors on? I mean, physical armor and energy armor was complicated enough. I just see there being no point of having armor, because if you do more damage, you'll just kill them faster, even if they have more armor. That's been the biggest problem for since April, since late alpha. I don't understand. They need to balance it better. If I have 6 cards of all armor, I should not be able to die. So if I have 6 power armor, whatever the hell they call it, why is it doing so much damage? If they, Clark comes out of nowhere and blasts me with his ability damage, I goes half my health. That's what I don't like. I think if you have regular armor, that should work for both. Alright, enough about Sevarog. So, let's talk about some of the new characters that I've seen so far. I've played about 5 to 10 matches, right? I can't tell you off the top of my head. Um, so Twin Blast is back. I'm having a very hard time 1v1 in Twin Blast. I'm not sure if it's because they buffed him significantly. I'm not sure if his new abilities, his quicker shots, but I'm having a hard time killing Twin Blast unless I sneak up on him. It's good for Twin Blast players. Twin Blast hasn't really been an effective player since patch, I want to say 32, which was what, almost 3 months ago, 2 months ago. It's been a while. So something else really exciting for players that played alpha, late beta is Feng Mao is very, very sneaky again. He is blowing up people. I was watching him shield and just power dive everybody with his ultimate. It was ridiculous. I think the first game I played with him, he had like 10 kills in like 30 minutes, which is a lot for this game. It's crazy. I mean, even with the shorter map now, horizontally at least. I don't know about vertically. I'm still curious about that. Um, a dash is crucial because his dash is going to get him in and out of the jungle, especially when he's in engagements where he doesn't want to be. Another one that definitely improved is Grux. I know he was kind of like in between a tier 1 and tier 2 jungler, but man, he's scary now. His cleave is so good because the map is so tight. You can't really avoid it anymore unless you have a sneaky dash that's long range. You could move out of the way pretty quickly. That's why Twin's pretty good because you could just dash out of it. The R1 for PS4. Um, so those two junglers have definitely made an improvement. Sevarog, I always said was a tier 1, tier 2 type of in between player. He, like I said, he struggled in the last patch. I think just because they kind of debuffed him. He also has a lot of damage starting out now, which is nice. So some of the junglers that are struggling now is Kalari and Camaro. Why are they struggling? So what they were so good at in the last map was they were able to get in and out of combat very quickly. So why is this a problem in Monolith? The map is so much smaller. So when you're trying to, kill someone and run, a teammate's able to come by so much quickly. So why is that bad? Because you can't run away. Chimera has no escape. If you are in an unforgiving matchup, you're screwed. I don't know what you're gonna do. You're just gonna die. Plain and simple. You can't really sneak up on anyone anymore. So that's an issue. I mean, Kalari still got his invisibility that got nerfed to hell. What made Kalari so good was he used to be able to troll the other team's harvesters, and that would make them get out of the lanes and go back and protect the harvesters. And then whenever someone wasn't paying attention, he would sneak up behind you and do that dash assassination. It's gone now. I do not like his "I'll kill you from wherever you're standing" ultimate anymore. I just think it's unfair to any casters that are glass cannons. I liked Grim for a long time, and I've been struggling playing with him just because I'll go mid lane trying to push, and out of nowhere comes Kalari and just two shots me. Unfortunately, I like to play with him as a glass cannon. I just do all damage with him, and I hope I just ult you to death, which used to work very well before patch 35, and it got nerfed to hell, I guess. I don't know. But freaking Kalari, man, kills me with Grim. So let's talk about the gold issue. So one of the biggest problems with Paragon is how long the freaking matches are. I mean, I've played 15-minute matches, and I've played 2-hour and 10-minute matches. And I want to say the average match is like 45 minutes. For the old map. The new map, it's still the same thing. It's freaking ridiculous. I mean, my first match, I think I won in 25 minutes. And I think I literally just tower dived to hell. I was like, I need to get this game over with. But, I mean, I think this match is 45 minutes. I played a couple 35, 40-minute matches. So, is that an improvement? Maybe. Significantly? I don't think so. I think they should be at most 30 minutes. How can they fix this? I definitely think they could change it with the gold issue. So, I mean, it takes like 40 minutes to get to cap 60. I think that's way too long. How can they fix this? Maybe cut the gold in half, so go to 30, and just kind of boost your cards a little bit. So you're doing probably equal damage. So when I'm at 30 cards, I'm doing the equivalent of 60 cards worth of damage. I think that would definitely speed up the game. And everyone will get to 30 faster and make the game way more competitive faster. And then someone, like a support player is behind, they're able to catch up a little bit faster because they don't have to wait till 60. If you're at 15 and, Murdoch or Twinblast are at 28, you only have 15 more to go instead of, what? Math. I don't know. Can't think. That could be an easy fix. I don't know how much I would change the balance of the game. I definitely think I'll speed it up at least with that idea. Great issue is you need to make an early, mid, and late game decks now. So after a couple games, I've kind of realized what you need to do is you don't need 10-point cards anymore. You need like 6-point cards until you're like level 18. Why? Because you get the bonuses faster. So if you put a 3-point card with 3 1-point cards, you'll get the 6 and get the bonus, and you'll have that advantage over your enemy. It's such a, I like literally realized it like yesterday. I was like, wow, this is kind of unfair. So in this match, actually, I put 6 points on one of my cards, and I got the bonus, and I was just doing crazy damage with that stupid bonus. So that's definitely some good advice to start doing like a mid, a late game, and an early game type builds. So like if I was to redo a Sevarog deck, I would do like an early jungle deck. I would do like a mid, assassination type deck, and then late game I'll kind of do like a balanced lifesteal, armor, and damage, just so I could be kind of tankish, but yeah, I could be a threat, which is kind of what I did in this match. Kind of. Obviously, I was not planning on it. Kind of just happened. So yeah, and then you get 1 gold for, I don't know, whenever X amount of kills or points. It's just weird. It's, it takes too long. Your 3-point cards take forever to put on, because every time you go back, you're like, oh man, I got 2 points. Only if I had 1 more point. So then by the time you go back, you get full health, whatever you're done juggling, or whatever, pushing a lane. You're like, man, this Twin Blast has, 3 points. He just maxed out his card because he had 6 points and he had that, and I don't. So you have to wait till you get 10 points to get your bonus, and he has 6. So obviously that's not something you want to do for late game, but I mean early game, man, take advantage of it. It's definitely some good advice. Yeah, that's it for much as gold. They definitely need to rework it. Oh, while I'm looking at the jungle video right now, it is crazy. You get like 6 minions in like a little pile, 5 or 6 minions, and like they don't give you that much XP and gold. I was like surprised. I was like, geez. Like usually if you killed 5 minions in the old map, you'd be like level 10. I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean. You get XP way faster than pushing a lane. Not this case. It's definitely safer. People do rush the camps right off the back, I've noticed. So be careful while you're early jungling. So let me talk about the buffs. What the hell were they thinking? There's like a green buff. There's a yellow gold buff. Like what? Like what kind of MOBA is this? There's like 10 different. There's like a river buff. What happened just to simple red and blue buff? I felt like that was so simple. Green buff gives you like an overshield that explodes while when it depletes. Gold buff gives you more and XP in whatever lane. Gold XP, sorry. And then there's like a river buff that you do more damage, like wacky. And then there's still the OP buff. It's like it's in the little corner. Just weird. It's just very unfamiliar. There's no real crazy advantage to these buffs unless you're really, really laning hard or you're jungling hard. I mean, if you're like trying to casually jump lanes or be a team player, it's not really an advantage for you. Yeah, I just think they're wacky. I missed the red and blue buffs. I just thought they were simple. Speaking of the blue buff, so Paragon's whole idea for this mana is to increase like the mana importance, and you can tell with certain characters that it's very important. Like Gideon, they screwed up casters so bad. Like, why does Gideon start with like 200-300 mana? Like in every other MOBA, the support type players, the casters, have like 1,000 mana. Like they could cast like 2 to 3 times longer than fighters, but it's not the case. When I was level 1, I cast 2 his AoE like meteor smash move, and I was out of mana. I was like, really? I was like, thanks, Epic Games. So they definitely need to actually make casters feel like mana is more important than health, and fighters' health is more important than mana. But it just doesn't feel like that. It feels like as a caster, I need health because I'm just get burned so fast. Because I get hit 3 times if I don't put any health on, I'm dead. Without a lot, of course. But it's just weird. They definitely, I think they need to make it kind of more traditional where the support caster types have more mana. Something I wanted to bring up is the lanes are freaking hills. It makes no sense to me. So the middle lane's okay, but what I've noticed about the left lane is if you're going up the hill, you're at a straight disadvantage. I mean, think about it from a military perspective. The guy on top of the hill has an advantage. He's shooting down at you while you're shooting up. That's just makes no sense to me. I've never seen a MOBA in like League of Legends, Dota, Here's a Storm, where you have to run up a hill and shoot you. It's just wacky to me. It should just be straight. Maybe it's just visually unappealing. Just like the graphics and it's holy crap, what the hell were they thinking? If you go into like the middle of the left lane and look to your left, there's just like an empty cliff with like no background. Like this is not a completed map. I mean, look at like the mini map display. Like it looks like someone on like shrooms like designed the map. Like it's like every color possible you could think of. It just looks unfinished. And then it actually gives you the spawn times of the jungle minions. Like I don't know, it just seems kind of childish to me. Doesn't seem like very, elitist, people like to call that word. Yeah, there's a bunch of minions. I don't know what they do. Like those dinosaurs just give you a ton of XP. Who the hell knows? They hurt like hell though. Don't go there till like mid game. So the games are still so long. I mean, the whole point of this map was to fix that. Make the games quicker. Maybe you can play 2 games in an hour instead of 1. Of course, I would like to go sit down right before work or after work and play a quick game. I don't know why it's so difficult. No, it takes, I could be stuck there for 2 hours and then I have to go to work. I have to go leave the game and then everyone's crying because I left. And then your Agora GG score goes down and you're like, my elitist body is freaking so pissed. Man, you're the worst gamer ever. You should return your game, even though it's free. Literally, that's what people sound like. It's ridiculous. Ugh. I don't know, man. Do I like this update? Yeah, it's interesting. It's fun if you're winning. I mean, when I played the Sevarog game, I was like, oh, this is awesome. I mean, it was a joke. I was like mauling down these guys. Like, I could have probably took like 3-on-1 of them at one point when I was like really high in gold and they weren't. That was fun. I mean, obviously, if you're winning, you're gonna have fun. If you're losing, you're gonna be a sad panda. I mean, you're gonna be crying inside. Whenever I lose in any video game, I'm a sad panda. Just funny to me. So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the animation I've noticed. So one of the big things was to speed up the game. So like Gideon's animation, for example, his meteor smash is like him fist pumping. It is like seconds. I'm so used to, taking it like 5 seconds for the meteor drop to time it. The new Monolith update, it is quick. I mean, it's good for like trying to chase down an opponent standpoint, but it's definitely a weird animation because it's just so quick. It doesn't even look like he clicked through. You're like, oh, I shot it so fast, I missed. It's definitely an adjustment, not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good point to just speed up the game. No, there's really anything to say about it. So something I wanted to bring up for a long time is there's just so many weird characters they bring in. Like Crunch, his moves are a punch, an uppercut, and a punch, and sometimes a haymaker or a hook, whatever you want to call it. Whatever makes Mike Tyson happy. I mean, like why are they all humanoids? Like make something interesting and new and different. I mean, they have the license to so many games. Bring in something familiar. Bring in one of the monsters from a vault. That'd be awesome. Like imagine like the Kraken coming out of the jungle just zapping you to death. Like, oh, okay, I'm dead. That'd be funny as hell, and that'd be interesting. Like some type of differentiation. And speaking of like a Kraken jungler, like there's no range junglers. Everyone's a melee jungler. There's really no anti-junglers or anti-casters right now. So like a really cool anti-caster would be like a traditional Templar. So they're usually anti-mages. So that'd be cool, kind of someone that drains your mana. So mana is so important now. Have like a melee Death Knight warrior that tries to literally zap your mana and use it against you. That'd be cool. Like another type of cool character, kind of like a Spider Queen jungler. Like how cool would that be? Like she could kind of web up the jungle, slow you down, like ensnare you, and then like her ultimate would be like she turns into like a Spider Queen and has like new abilities. I think that would be a game changer. That'd be something different. Like why isn't there more like support type players? And what do I mean by that? there's not a lot of like crowd control type moves in this game. Like imagine like a type of like voodoo shaman in the game that would like hex you, turn you into a sheep, turn you into a frog, whatever you want to call it. Um, Maybe the shaman has a voodoo ultimate where like he turns like his reflection into you, and if you or enemy players attack the voodoo, that player he reflected takes damage. Like that'd be an awesome move, and that would change things up. Obviously, like the cooldown that would have to be ridiculous because if he's pulling that every 60 seconds at level 15, their ADC is probably going to get destroyed. He's probably going to kill himself. I'm just not realizing too quickly. Um, That'd be a cool character. Maybe like a magician that kind of steals like Gideon's like wart move, but like, kind of like just throws portals to your teammates from like any direction and like in the opposite. So like he could send a portal to the enemy and the enemy goes wrong way. Like that'd be awesome trying to protect your teammates and set up interesting assassinations. Like imagine Clary like running through the portal in like mid-air and just jumping on like a Grim and just destroying him. That'd be awesome. That would be cool. It's just the gameplay gets really tedious and really boring because you kind of just see similar animations. Like Decker and Mural have literally the same move. One just slows and one just heals. Like their bubble move looks the same, feels the same, almost sounds the same. It's just something they need to change up. Maybe add like an anti-jungler like range player. So like maybe add like a old school like huntsman that like hunts animals. So like he would have like a long like elephant gun. He would have like a bear trap. He would have, I don't know, like a paralyzing dart. Like that'd be something interesting. You see him running through the jungle like all goofy looking with this big ass elephant sniper rifle, and he just he's slowing like a Clary down. He's slowing down a Grux, and he's hunting for Grux. Like he's Grux's worst nightmare. That would be cool. I don't know. I just don't know what they think of for some of these characters because there's so many unbalancing issues. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, there's like 15 fighters, there's 4 casters, and there's like 10 rangers. I'll actually go over it shortly with you, and like where I think they stand in Monolith, the ones that are currently here. But it's just like why do you have so many fighters? Why do you love fighters so much? It's weird. They need more diversity. I think that would be huge. So I want to go over the kind of character ranking of Monolith.